Hey, what's up guys? It's Portuguese DIY Dad. Today I'm building a firewood rack and I wanted to show you all the steps that I took to build it. Now, I actually built this a few days ago and I'm going to walk you through what I did and how I did it, what type of wood I used, and more or less if you had to buy all the materials, how much money you would spend to build something like this. Okay. Before I start, I would just want to remind you that if you like this video, at the end, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. All of that helps me out. All right, so here we go. So I had wood from an old deck that I had, and I'm gonna sand all this down. But anyways, I used the wood from that. It was like I'm all about reusing wood and repurposing it. So I had this wood that was left over from projects and an old deck that I had that I rebuilt. So I used that wood. Also I had some new wood that I have from other projects, and then these boards came from a pallet. So here's the pallet that I used, and I just ripped the boards apart one by one and then repurposed it. But this is what it is. Let me show you from far away. That's what it looks like. Let me give you some dimensions. So from one end to the other, it's about 88 inches long. You can make it as long as you want, as short as you want. I wanted a long rack just because I have a lot of wood that I need to stack. So I needed something big enough to hold it. This will hold about, I don't know, I would say about maybe 3/4 of a cord of wood. And it's about 64 inches high. Okay, so I made it nice and high. And I may build another level here just for kind of like twigs and smaller pieces of wood. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. So 88 inches long, 64 inches high. I made these 45-degree angle braces just to kind of secure it, because this is not my first rack. I made another firewood rack a few years ago, and I made some mistakes, and this year this time I wanted to make sure that I didn't make the same mistakes. So I made sure that I put a brace to kind of keep it and reinforce it, keep it together, because once you start stacking the wood, it's going to put pressure to the sides and it might start to warp. So braces, 64 inches high, tall, 88 inches long. I made it 15 inches wide. If I could do it again, I probably would have made it maybe 16 or 17 inches wide. I think 15 inches is okay, but I think if it was a little wider, it would probably be better. Okay, so I am gonna sand this down because I don't like the multicolor look. That's not the look that I'm going for. So I am gonna sand this down to the bare wood, and then I'm gonna stain it and show you the final product. You can easily go on Amazon and buy yourself a wood rack. Okay, it's made of metal with a screwdriver. You put it together and voila, right? And I could have easily just bought one, showed you how to build it, and then put the link on the description box and call it a day. However, okay, this is not about that. This is about making something that's gonna last. Those metal ones don't last for long. You know, it's like buying a fire pit made of metal. After a while, it's gonna start to rot, and then you're gonna need to buy a new one. All right, so if you use treated wood, this thing will last forever, or for a long time. Okay, I just want to encourage you, don't be afraid, just try it. All right, this is a really simple task that you can take on and that you can try to build yourself. Okay, and if you screw up, just redo it again. Okay, it's not that crazy. It's not, like I said, it's not like you're building a house, you're building a wood rack, you know. So I'm gonna start off with P60. Let me just remind you that you're not building furniture for the inside of the house. All right, this is going to be for outdoors. It doesn't need to look perfect, but you get most of the paint off, stain it, keep it moving. All right guys, quick update. This is what it looks like so far. All right, I sanded that one down. All right, I sanded this side, I sanded that side. So I used P60 first, Use P120 to just kind of make it a little smoother. Like I said, this is not furniture you're putting inside your house, so it doesn't need to look perfect, but okay, you want a decent job, right? You want something that your wife is gonna be like, oh, you know, this is nice. All right, it is sanded. I did not do the feet. Screw it, I'm not doing the feet. But most of it, I would say about 95% of it is sanded. And I started off with 60, then I went down to 120. Or sand the top, I did just because I'm gonna stain it and I want it to be semi-smooth. You know how pallets are, they're very rough. So I did sand it just quickly, like a couple of seconds each board. All right, so I recommend that you get a box of sandpaper like this for sander with all types of sanding discs. Just because if you do a lot of projects around the house, you're gonna need it. So I'm gonna throw a link to a box like this in the description box. All right guys, so I'm using this leftover stain that I have from Lowe's. It's dark, and the thing with stains is that it depends on how dark you want it, right? You want it darker, you put more stain. If you want it light, you put very light coat of stain. Okay, but you know, do use gloves. Get an old t-shirt, cut it in half, and the best way to spread the stain is by just getting an old rag and just doing this and just spreading it. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole thing and then show you what it looks like before and after. Okay, all right guys, I think I am finished, and this is the final product. I think it looks a lot better than it did before. I ended up using a brush to put the stain on and then the cloth to spread it. Okay, so just keep in mind, whatever brush you use an old one because it's gonna go in the garbage. You know, I hope I encourage you to go ahead and build your own firewood rack instead of buying a kit on Amazon. Go ahead and reuse wood that you already have, or if you go to Lowe's and buy the wood necessary for this, you're probably going to spend about, I don't know, $40 between the screws, the wood, and of course if you have an old pallet. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you like this video, and I hope this video was helpful to someone. Thanks for watching. God bless.